Yeah. Now, Mark, you have been very critical of the police. However, I guess no one's told you that they're just doing their job and they don't make the laws. Congress makes the laws, for heaven's sake. Mark, why are you so critical of police when they don't make the laws and they're just doing their job?
Well, the SS, the Schutzstaffel, the highest levels of the Nazi Wehrmacht and High Command in Nazi Germany, also issued orders, and the people who were undergoing war crimes tribunals at Nuremberg offered that same excuse, the Nuremberg defense, and it didn't work there because there is no excuse for following immoral orders. If someone is commanding you and saying we're giving you an order to go and suppress someone else's natural rights through coercion and violence, the answer is you have to say no and or quit that job. See, I don't really believe that there is any use or reason for police forces to exist because I believe in total personal responsibility. That means that each individual should take it upon themselves for their own defense because no one is closer to your own body than you. First of all, it is impossible for someone else to actually engage in self-defense for another individual because you can never get there faster than the individual themselves. This is one of the first and foremost principles of all martial arts, including self-defense with firearms. So I don't think that we should try to give any group of people a special select group of rights that we say that other people don't possess, because as soon as you do that, you're creating a differential in power, and that's always going to be abused by people who are flawed human beings. And it's a fundamentally flawed axiomatic idea from the very beginning, from Jump Street. That is a flawed axiomatic idea to say anyone else should be personally responsible for your self-defense. No, you need to be personally responsible for your self-defense and learn self-defense techniques through martial arts and the usage of firearms.
Larken, are the police responsible for enforcing immoral laws?
Absolutely. And as much as I talk about how voters and advocates of government think like children, that is even more true of cops and enforcers. The ironic thing is they pretend to be, we're the tough, rugged bad guys keeping you. They are physically and intellectually the most immature people there are. Because when you challenge them and say, you're doing something immoral, they say, I'm just doing what I'm told. It's like a little kid in classroom. The teacher told me to do this, so I'm doing it. And, I can't be expected to have a conscience or a brain or the ability to distinguish right from wrong or take responsibility for what I am personally doing. It really is the most cowardly and evil thing anybody can do, to give away their own judgment and conscience and free will and blindly obey some imaginary outside authority. And that's what cops and soldiers are.
And of course, they would never extend that courtesy to you. Yes, officer, I was dealing drugs, but this is my job. My Pablo Escobar boss told me to do this, so go lobby him to change his policy of selling things. Don't cage me. I'm just doing my job. I'm just a hired assassin. I'm just a hired bank robber and house invader. It's so obvious. Once you apply the principle that they pretend to believe in consistently, you see they don't apply it anywhere in their own life.